Two young women, two tragic deaths, and one man connected to both. Coincidence? Or something far more unsettling? She was laughing with her family just hours before. And then suddenly, she was gone. No note, no explanation, just questions. What would make someone spiral so deeply that their final moments leave behind only confusion and suspicion? A luxury apartment, a rubbish chute, a silent kitchen. Two lives ended, and a mystery that refuses to die. This is not just one story. It's two stories, tragically connected by a thread that many believe is too dark to ignore. It begins in Melbourne, Australia, a city known for its beauty, culture, and vibrant life. And at the center of our story is a young woman named Baillee Schneider. Baillee was 25 years old, young, ambitious, full of life. She was studying to become a clinical esthetician, a career built around helping others feel confident and beautiful. And by all appearances, Baillee was living exactly that kind of life. Her social media told a story of happiness, sunlit beaches, laughter with friends, glowing smiles, and a life many would envy. She wasn't isolated. She wasn't alone. She had friends. She had dreams. And most importantly, she had a loving family. Her parents, Sabine and Cameron Schneider, shared a close bond with their daughter. To them, Baillee wasn't just their child. She was their world.
But sometimes what we see on the surface hides something much deeper underneath. It was a quiet Saturday in June 2018. A normal day. Baillee stayed home, relaxing. Her parents stepped out briefly to buy groceries. Nothing unusual, nothing alarming. Before leaving, they saw their daughter alive, just like any other day. While alone, Baillee poured herself a glass of wine. She lit a cigarette. But emotionally, she wasn't at peace. The night before, she had argued with her boyfriend, Anthony Hampel, also known as Aunt Hampel, a man significantly older than her, a man with influence, connections, and a past that would later raise disturbing questions. When her parents returned home, everything changed. They walked into the kitchen and found Baillee slumped in the corner, unmoving, silent, a gold cord tied around her neck. She was gone. No struggle was clearly visible. No explanation was left behind. And perhaps most haunting of all, there was no suicide note. How does someone go from laughing, living, planning their future, to dying in silence within hours? Investigators were left with more questions than answers. There was no clear place in the kitchen where Baillee could have hung herself. No obvious setup, no clear sequence of events. And even today, no official public ruling has definitively explained her death. But one detail stood out. Just 3 weeks before she died, Baillee had taken out a life insurance policy. Why? Was it planning? Was it fear? Or was it something else entirely? Toxicology reports later revealed that Baillee had alcohol levels 3 times over the legal driving limit and traces of cocaine in her system. Her final months had been turbulent. Her parents noticed changes. She became distant, more secretive. She had started working in environments that worried them. And the daughter they once knew seemed to be slipping away. But this is where the story takes a darker turn. Because Baillee was not the first woman connected to Aunt Hampel to die under mysterious circumstances. 9 years earlier, another young woman, Phoebe Handsjuk, lost her life. Phoebe was vibrant, creative, and deeply loved. She had been in a relationship with Aunt Hampel, and the two lived together in a luxury apartment on St. Kilda Road in Melbourne. From the outside, their life seemed glamorous. But inside, their relationship was anything but stable. There were arguments, breakups, reconciliations, a cycle that kept repeating. In the days leading up to her death, Phoebe's behavior became increasingly concerning. She sent a strange, almost cryptic message to her family and friends. It read like a mix of humor, confusion, and emotional distress. Something felt off, deeply off. The next morning, Aunt left for the gym. Phoebe was alone. Hours passed. No one could reach her. Her grandmother grew worried and contacted Aunt, asking him to check on her. When he eventually returned home later that evening, he noticed something strange. Phoebe's belongings were still there. Her bag, her keys, which raised an unsettling question. If she hadn't taken her keys, how did she leave? Inside the apartment, things were even more disturbing. There were scattered notes, incoherent writing, a scene that Aunt would later describe as chaotic. Candles burned. Hair tools were left plugged in. It felt incomplete, interrupted. And then, the truth began to surface. Downstairs, in the building's rubbish room, a body had been found. Phoebe had somehow entered a garbage chute from the 12th floor. She fell all the way down, and upon impact, a compactor blade severed her ankle. She bled to death. The official conclusion? Suicide. But many questioned that conclusion. Even today, people still ask, how does someone climb into a narrow garbage chute? Why would they? And was she even capable of doing so alone, in her condition? Toxicology reports showed high levels of alcohol and prescription drugs in her system, which only deepened the mystery. Phoebe's family never fully accepted the ruling. They pushed for answers, for justice, for truth. Years later, another young woman, connected to the same man, dies under mysterious circumstances. 2 lives, 2 tragedies, 1 shared connection, Anthony Hampel. Now, it's important to be clear. Aunt Hampel has not been charged or officially accused in connection with either death. Legally, he remains uninvolved. But human nature asks questions that legal conclusions sometimes cannot answer. Is this simply coincidence? Or is there a deeper pattern that hasn't yet been uncovered? Bailey's mother later contacted Aunt to inform him of her daughter's death. He expressed sympathy. He said he had been trying to help Baillee blossom. Yet, he did not attend her funeral. More than 150 people gathered to remember Bailey's life, to celebrate who she was, to grieve what was lost. But one person was missing. And sometimes, absence speaks louder than words. So, what do we take from this story?
Maybe it's a reminder that not everything is as it appears. That behind perfect photos and smiling faces, there can be pain we don't see. Maybe it's about the dangers of toxic relationships, how they can slowly pull someone into darkness without anyone fully realizing it. Or maybe it's about unanswered questions, the kind that linger for years, the kind that refuse to fade. Because in the end, 2 young women lost their lives, families were shattered, and the truth remains uncertain.
Some stories end with answers. This one doesn't. And maybe that's what makes it so haunting. If this story made you think, if it made you question what really happened, then you're not alone. What do you believe? Was it coincidence or something more? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy deep, emotional, and thought-provoking true stories like this, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next story. Your support helps bring more powerful stories to light. And sometimes, telling these stories is the only way the truth gets closer. Stay curious, stay aware, and I'll see you in the next story.